Okay, let's look at area of plane shapes. Now, what's area? Area simply means the amount of space covered by an object. Alright, so that's what we mean by area. Now, this is the first part of this topic, and this first part we're going to focus on deriving the formula that we can use, right, or the formulae, which is the plural of formula that we can use to solve, subsequent problems pertaining area. So we're going to go through most of the plane shapes and then derive the formula, or the formulae rather. So the first one I'm going to start with is let's start with square and rectangle. So we have a rectangle. Now this will be the length and this would be the breadth. So what is the area of this rectangle? The area of a rectangle A is simply the product of the length by the breadth. Please recall that this breadth can also be called the width. So whichever way you see it is the same thing. So the area will be the product of the length by the breadth. You can also write it as LB. Subsequently, you can also say length times width, which is LW. So either way, that will be the formula. So area of a rectangle will be what? The length times the breadth. So what about a square? The area of a square, since all the sides of a square are equal, so this is the length, this is the length, this is the length, since all the sides are equal, so the area would be the length times the length, right? So L times L will be what? L squared. So the area will be L raised to power 2. So this is the area of a square, L raised to power 2. Now, what if you're given the area and you're asked to find the side length of a square? So we just make L the source of the formula. So when we have L squared equal to A, alright, so let me just separate this one. So this formula is for area. These two also for that of a rectangle. So making L the subject, L squared will now become the square root of what? Area. So anytime you're given the area and you're asked to find the side length of a square, just get the square root of the area. That would be the length of the square. Alright, so that's how to get this is the formula for finding the area of a rectangle and a square respectively. So move on to the next one. So let's look at how we can get the area of a triangle. Alright, so to derive the formula for the area of a triangle, we're going to consider that of a rectangle. So say we have a rectangle, we're going to draw a diagonal across the vertices of this rectangle. So you discover that when we draw this diagonal, we divided this rectangle exactly into two equal parts. We can call this the first part and the second part. Now let me label this part A, B, C. Recall that this is the length of the rectangle and this will be the breadth. Draw a diagonal, it divides this rectangle into two triangles. So I want to separate this triangle ABC. So I'm going to draw another triangle ABC there. So we have something like this. Alright, that's what we have. So this is ABC of this same rectangle. So from here we can decode that since the area of a rectangle is length times breadth, this triangle is half of this rectangle. So the area will definitely be half of what? Length times breadth. So we're going to have half LB. However, this side that was previously the breadth is what we regard to as the height now for this triangle, and this side which was previously the length is what we call what? The base. This is the height and then this is the base of this triangle. So you see the area written like this: half base times what? Height. So always remember that the formula for finding the area of a triangle was deduced from that of what? A rectangle. To do that, you just need to draw a diagonal across the vertices of a rectangle, dividing the rectangle into two equal triangles, and then the area of the triangle would be half the area of the rectangle, and that's how I have half base times height. So that's the formula for area of a triangle. So let's go over to the next one.